And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/Takes by Fans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we're on podcasting apps, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, folks, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered multiple ways. Alrighty, folks, today is Monday. Super Bowl week is here, folks, and oh my goodness, the entire season has come down to this, folks. Chiefs, Bucks, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes still here. I mean, the greatest quarterbacks in the league right now are matching up in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, did we get the perfect matchup? I think we did, folks. I think so. I mean, when you look at all the narratives and all the teams of all the games that were played this season, I think at the end of the day, we got the best matchup. Chiefs, Bucks, cannot wait. So we're gonna be during this week, we're going to be looking at our predictions from the beginning of the season. We're only going to be doing, the more playoff teams. We're not. I thought we were going to do every team, but we're just going to do mostly like playoff teams, high-profile teams. So we're going to start today, Super Bowl week, with the Chiefs. What were we saying about them at the beginning of the season, right before the first game started? So we're going to listen to that live. We'll talk over that and just kind of see where we were right and see where we were wrong. I don't really know if we were even wrong anywhere. So we'll listen to that. Talking NBA, obviously, today. Going to do our moneymaker. And, yeah, we'll be out of here. So Super Bowl week is upon us. It's a good one, folks. Alrighty, so let's start here. Since it is Super Bowl week, let's relive one of the most infamous endings of a Super Bowl of all time. Seahawks, Patriots, Russell Wilson going against Tom Brady on the 1-yard line, and they choose to pass the ball. I mean, folks, what is going on? Why did they do this? Well, we know why they did it. We have a theory on why they did this. And Pete Carroll threw the ball because he wanted Russell Wilson to be the guy. He wanted him to be the man that won the Super Bowl, not Marshawn Lynch. There was a lot of, a lot of people didn't like Marshawn Lynch at this time as kind of, towards like a business angle, since he was like so outspoken and, grabbing his crotch on touchdown runs, all of that. So Pete Carroll, in my opinion, didn't want to give that kind of clout to Marshawn Lynch. That's why they didn't run it on 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. So Pete Carroll wanted Russell Wilson to have that kind of clout. Hey, this man just made the game-winning throw in a Super Bowl against the legend Tom Brady. That's the narrative that Pete Carroll wanted to go with. That's why they didn't run it from the 1-yard line. And then we get the Malcolm Butler. I mean, what a play by him defensively. Just to automatically read the play and then bully the wide receiver to go and, shoulder-to-shoulder contact and get the pick. So what an ending to a Super Bowl. And I mean, folks, just how crazy is history. Like, narratives can just change at the snap of a finger. I mean, if Tom Brady loses this game, that's one less ring from him. It's kind of crazy to if we were gonna go down that thinking. When was this? This was like 6 years ago. Holy cow. 6 years ago. So, this was Patriots get the win because of a poor call by Pete Carroll, unfortunately. Did Russell Wilson make the right decision on this ball? I mean, it's the play. I mean, you go here, you set up the pick down low to force the ball there. Unfortunately, Malcolm Butler just makes an absolutely fantastic play on the ball. Alrighty, let's keep going here. Here we go. Well, we all know Matt Stafford got traded to the Rams, and there's a little information here from BR Gridiron, Bleacher Report Gridiron. Saying that Matt Stafford asked the Lions to trade him anywhere but the Patriots, and then this Twitter account said, wow, like that was supposed to be a shocking statement. Why would Matt Stafford want to go to the Patriots? What did the Patriots do for Tom Brady? They never paid him, and they never gave him a star wide receiver consistently. So why would Matt Stafford want to go to an organization that doesn't treat the greatest quarterback of all time on the biggest pedestal of all time? Why are they not, hey, here's the money, here's all the weapons, thank you for all the rings, thank you for the 20-year dynasty that you've led us on. Now, now it's our turn to repay them. The Patriots never did that. So why would they do that if they didn't do that for Tom Brady? Why would the Patriots organization do that for Matt Stafford, who has he even gotten to a playoff game? Has Matt ever played in a playoff game? I'm sure he's been in like one. I don't know if he's ever made it past the first round of the playoffs, but why would the Patriots organization pay Matt Stafford and get Matt Stafford the weapon if they never did that with Tom Brady? So why would Matt Stafford want to go to New England? Like, this isn't surprising. This isn't shocking. This is a non-story. Yes, I would not want to go to the Patriots either if I was a quarterback. They didn't treat the greatest quarterback of all time as the greatest quarterback of all time. They treated him like he was a second stringer backup that impressed them like for one game. That's how the Patriots treated Tom Brady. So of course Matt Stafford wouldn't want to go there. He would get treated even worse. And how do you even treat a quarterback worse than the Patriots treated Tom Brady? I don't know how you do that. So of course Matt Stafford didn't want to go to the Patriots. Alrighty, and then let's head to the Eagles here. Nick Sirianni, the newly acquired head coach for the Eagles, saying that there is, quote, competition is the core value that we're going to use for every single position when he was talking about quarterback. So, I mean, you got a new head coach. He wants to probably implement a new system. He wants to kind of see all of his players. So, of course, he's going to say this. And, you know, this is something that should be said. Hey, competition, new guy in town here. Let's see what everybody's got. Maybe I don't kind of value these skills over those skills like Doug Peterson did. So you got two real good quarterbacks here. Carson Wentz, he's proven he's good. He just can't stay healthy. And what we saw from Jalen Hurts in the brief games that he played, it was pretty decent. It was something solid that you can definitely build off of, and you could see some nice talent there that Jalen Hurts was playing with. So there's two quarterbacks for the Eagles here. Nick Sirianni just wants to see, hey, show me what you guys got, because I know what Carson Wentz can do. I've been watching y'all on Sundays, just couch coaching. So I want to see what you guys do, on the field with my real eyes, and we'll go from there. And this isn't a bad situation for the Eagles to be in. Yes, they have a huge contract with Carson Wentz, but they're still on a rookie deal with Jalen Hurts. And did he even go first round? So he doesn't even have like first round money contract. So you've got two quarterbacks here. Really no rush to figure out which one is going to be the guy. Just make sure you make the right decision and live with the decision that you go with. So I've got no problems here with Nick Sirianni kind of taking his time, just making sure he makes the right decision, because this could instantly blow up in his face. I mean, this one decision alone can make or break Nick Sirianni in his first year. So he knows this is a tough decision to make. He knows he has to kind of feel it out, wait to the very last second to make the actual decision, and then have to live with it for the rest of his career. So big decision here for Nick Sirianni, and I'm glad that he's taking his time on it. Alrighty, let's switch over to the NBA for these last couple of stories here. And, the biggest game of last night was probably Wizards and Nets, and the Nets losing. Oh, my goodness. Yes, James Harden didn't play, but you still have KD and Kyrie, and you still can't get it done. Oh, my goodness. But we're not talking about the Nets here. We're talking about the Wizards and Bradley Beal, because I still see a lot of people saying that they feel sorry for Bradley Beal and that he needs to be traded. But, he did do it to himself. Unfortunately, he signed the contract extension last season after John Wall got hurt. So what was he doing? Like, signing that big contract, you probably weren't going to get a big superstar back with John Wall, after coming off that injury. And I know he probably didn't think that he was going to have to play with Russell Westbrook and nobody else on this squad, but at the end of the day, he signed it. He knew what he was doing. He could have went anywhere else. Everybody was willing to trade for him. People were going to sell out to get Bradley Beal, but he decides to stay there with the Wizards. And then this is something else I hate. This is kind of why we wanted to bring it up. So the Wizards were basically losing all game, and we see Bradley Beal on the bench. I know this is a bad picture, so let's switch it to this one. Bradley Beal on the bench during a timeout where everybody else is still on the floor, and he's just not interested. I mean, he's not even in with the team, right? So just kind of being a little lame. I mean, yes, even if you don't want to be on a team, you still got to play for your teammates, because, they have no kind of, they have no power on what happened with your deal or with other people's deals. They just are playing out there because they're playing for their own contracts. Not everybody is as a big of a superstar that Bradley Beal is. So the fact that Bradley Beal was on the actual bench here, not even with the team, just kind of being a little lame because he doesn't want to be there. Because Bradley Beal doesn't want to be there, the entire team has to suffer because of that. That is a big pet peeve of mine. I really hate that. So we see him, slouching around, slumping slumping, uninterested when the Wizards are losing. But then we get this frame when they win. He's all smiles and, hey, yeah, we did it and all this. But, this is lame because, when you're losing, you're uninterested. But when you're winning, oh, now it's all right. Now it's okay to be here. Now you want to be here because you're winning. Kind of lame here, folks. Truly a little lame. So, I mean, do what you want. I mean, I honestly don't care. Honestly, I just think it's a little lame. So that's what we have for the Wizards. And then let's quickly talk about, we'll probably bring this up as well when we cover the actual game, but the 76ers and the Pacers, folks, we found the one flaw on this Pacers team. They have no great closers. Nobody can close the game. I think we've seen this for the last couple of games. Are they on a couple game losing streak? Let me double check this. The Pacers, they are on a 2-game losing streak, and that's what I thought. They're just blowing games, having leads, and then losing them. Folks, look at this. Without Joel Embiid, the 76ers trailed 102-86 with 8 minutes and 34 seconds left in the game. Then the 76ers went on and outscored the Pacers 33-8 for the rest of the game and got the win because of it. This Pacers team, there's no true kind of superstar leader on that team to help you close out games. Possibly bad coaching as well. So, just something to kind of keep in mind. We can't buy this Pacers team because there is no closer. You score 8 points with 8 minutes left in the game, and then you get outscored 33-8 and lose the game. It was a real dysfunctional loss at the end for the Pacers. And, without Joel Embiid in that 76ers lineup, there is no excuse for the Pacers to do that. So we found the one flaw in the Pacers. We were hesitant to put them in the top 10. They kind of impressed us a little bit, but now we're seeing maybe a fault of theirs kind of starting to develop here. There is no closer, no end of fourth quarter. I'm going to get you the bucket when it's needed. So this is a little big red flag here, a little big red flag for the Pacers here. Alrighty, and let's close it out here. Our moneymaker took a little bit of a hit last night. Nothing awful. We hit 1 of 3. Obviously, we didn't hit, but Magic plus 5.5. We are officially over the Magic. I will tell you this: they're done. We can't. Aaron Gordon's no longer a superstar. We're not even thinking of him as a superstar anymore. Vucevic, once again, not a superstar, not even an all-star anymore. So we're 100% selling our Magic stock. We will not be taking them. We will not be rooting for them. We will not think they will win any games because this is a bad team. I thought Aaron Gordon was good. I thought Vucevic was good, but these last couple games, nobody's even putting up like 20 points a game. So what are we doing here? There's no good playmaker for this Magic team. I thought we had good value with the 5.5, but once again, they are floundering big. So hey, when we lose our bets, we still learn from them, and we're learning. We're done with the Magic. Jazz minus 2.5. Well, they just let Jokic go absolutely wild on them. 22 points in the first quarter alone. He ended up with like 40 points. Nobody could stop that man down low. So we did miss the mark there with Jazz minus 1.5. And then 76ers minus 1.5. We hit that. Hey, nice good old comeback against the Pacers, and they get the win because of that. And, we ended up getting actually not good value on the 76ers team because we took this before the official news broke of Joel Embiid not in the starting lineup. So we locked it in at minus 1.5. And I think once the news broke that Embiid was not playing, I think the line jumped to like 76ers plus 3.5. So we didn't even get the max value, and we still hit. So, hey, we'll take that all day. But we're looking to get back on track today, folks. Hey, we hit 2 in a row. We took a slight step back, and we're ready to get right back on track with these hits. So I believe there is a couple of games on tonight that we can pick through, so we will be doing that. Alrighty, those are all the stories that we needed to cover for today. So let's jump into what happened yesterday in the NBA. We'll quickly do a little overview of the games and then go a little bit deeper into the stats. So here we go. Let's start with the Clippers and the Knicks. And this was a real close game. Knicks were really in it throughout the entire thing until the fourth quarter, and then the Clippers blew it away. Do what you're supposed to do. End it in the fourth quarter. You let them hang around. You let them have the lead for, decent amount of time throughout the entire game. And then the Clippers stepped it up. They win the game. So, the Knicks, this is exactly how you thought this game would kind of go. Knicks would be a little bit competitive, but, young rosters, role players don't know how to close out games, a la the Pacers of what we just saw. Clippers do kind of know how to close out games. I know last year they kind of blew all the blew all the leads last year. But, hey, a new team here, new head coach, and they know how to close out games. So very well done by the Clippers. Big sign here of them getting the win, 129-115 over the Knicks. Already Jazz and Nuggets, and it was literally just Jokic going absolutely wild. They could not guard him on this team. The Jazz had nobody to guard him. I mean, folks, we've been saying this all along. We know the Jazz and Nuggets are very comparable. We like Donovan Mitchell more than we like Jamal Murray, and we like Jokic better than we like Rudy Gobert, and we kind of got exactly that last game. Nobody could stop Jokic. 47 points, 12 rebounds, folks. 22 points in the first quarter. How do you stop this man? The Jazz don't have any answers, and the Nuggets actually beat them last year in the bubble in Game 7 to win the playoff game. So nobody can still stop this Jokic guy for this Jazz team, and I think the Nuggets are the Jazz kryptonite still, unfortunately. 76ers and Pacers, we already kind of talked about it when we were going over the stories, but yeah, I mean, the 76ers were just kind of getting blown out the entire game until the fourth quarter. Ben Simmons, the leadership started to take off, and this is a big sign for the 76ers, learning to win down without your main guy. That shows a lot of leadership, great coaching for the 76ers team, and this is kind of another reason why we have them at number one, so I'm super impressed that they ended up pulling out this win, even though they were losing the entire game, getting no real kind of consistent production from really anybody on the floor until that fourth quarter hit. That last 8 minutes, they put up 33-8 run. I mean, that's absolutely wild to think about. So very well done by the 76ers. Once again, kind of reaffirming why we had them as our number one team in the power rankings, and kind of why we're a little hesitant to move the Pacers up too big here. This was a definite flounder by them in the fourth quarter. Alrighty, Magic and the Raptors, and we are now officially off this Magic team. As we've said, there's no reason why this Magic team should not have been competitive against this Raptors team. They match up actually really kind of well, and I think the Magic had the bigger size advantage and really didn't take advantage of it. So, I mean, nobody's scoring 20 points for this Magic team. Nobody wants to step up and be that kind of true scorer, consistent scorer, and that true superstar on this team. So, I thought it was just, last season in the bubble, they kind of floundered because I think Aaron Gordon wasn't even playing the entire time. I think he got injured. But no, we see him playing here, and he's not getting it done consistently. So, as we said, we sell 100% of our Magic stock. We're 100% over them. Until they start showing us something consistent, we will not be buying any Magic stock anytime soon. Alrighty, Nets and Wizards, and folks, this was an absolutely crazy game. Just once again kind of reaffirming there is no leadership on this Nets team without James Harden. Kyrie Irving can go and cry wolf all he wants to the media and how everybody's attacking him and blaming him for all the failures, but he's the greatest of all time, and he's the only reason why, the Cavs won a ring was only because of Kyrie Irving, as we see this here. I mean, they're losing. They gave up 149 points to a Wizards team that had 3 wins coming into this game, folks. I mean, what are we doing here, Nets? They play absolutely no defense. You know who plays defense? Great leaders, good leaders on the floor play great defense because it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of mental toughness to stay and not overreact and jump into a shooter when he pump fakes. It takes discipline, and there is no discipline in the kind of the big two of KD and Kyrie Irving. But James Harden, folks, we are seeing it in the stats every game. He's taking less shots. He's getting all the assists. He's being the leader. He's being the facilitator. So that's why we told y'all to stay away from this game. As soon as we saw James Harden was not in the starting lineup, we instantly told you stay away from this game. Nets were -7. They couldn't even get the win, folks. So yes, they've got the star power, but they don't even know how to use it. And can we look at this coaching staff of this Nets team? They have freaking who was the I'm blanking on the name. D'Antoni. They got Mike D'Antoni as an assistant with the Rockets. I mean, he floundered that organization. And then Steve Nash is the head coach for some reason. So yes, this should not surprise us. You need leadership. Somebody's got to be a leader. Steve Nash, I don't know if anybody respects him. Kyrie Irving, the first day that he got hired, said, "Hey, we have no head coach here." Mike D'Antoni, who's going to respect him? Did y'all see what he did with that Rockets team? They got nothing accomplished. And then we got Kyrie and KD. So this team, they've got the pieces. There's no leadership. And they're going to be losing games because of it. They're losing games they've lost against the Cavs and they lost against the Wizards. This is not a good team. So, I mean, James Harden, we are kind of seeing that he's the lifeblood of this team. He's the one leader. So, we'll keep rocking with that narrative until we are kind of shown otherwise. Alrighty, and then the last game, Cavs and Timberwolves, and kind of two not good teams here. I'm a little disappointed that the Cavs couldn't pull out the win here over the Timberwolves. I mean, without Karl Anthony Towns, there should be no trouble beating the Timberwolves. But Colin Sexton couldn't get it done. Neither could the Cavs supporting cast. So, like we said, we're staying away from the Cavs. This is kind of a role player team that, maybe catches fire playing against, the higher tier teams. But when they have to, play against the lower tier teams, they play down to that competition, unfortunately. Alrighty, let's go a little bit deeper into these stats now, and we'll start here with the Clippers and the Knicks. Let's see who's doing good. Let's see who's doing bad. Can we start trending up on any of these teams? Should we be trending down on any of these teams? Let's see what we got. So we'll start here with the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. 28 points on 53% shooting. Got to the line 11 times, hit them all. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal. So a solid game by Kawhi, which we all know he was the leading scorer. Paul George, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, very well done. Shot decently, not well from 3, but from the field, 43%. 1 of 8 from 3, not good. But hey, Paul George, contributing on other ends besides the 3-point shot, so we can, obviously let that go. And the starting lineup really got it done for the Clippers. Kawhi, 28, Patrick Patterson, 13 points, Serge Ibaka, 15 points. Love to see that. 3 of 4 from 3. Yes. Continuing what he did with the Raptors last season, and he's having success here with the Clippers. Love it. Paul George, we said 17, and then Reggie Jackson, 18. So all the starters really getting it done. Very well done. And look at the solid contribution from the bench. Holy cow. Marcus Morris, 11 points. Zubac, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Lou Williams, 9 points, 5 assists. Very well done. That's all solid contribution. This Clippers team, they're deep. They got the bench. They obviously have the starters. So, yes, this is one of clearly the best teams in the league, and they're playing real good right now. Alrighty, the Knicks, they played very well in this game up until the fourth quarter, just could not kind of finish it. Julius Randle, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, really getting it done. RJ Barrett, 23 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Not really great there, but he put up 23 points, so we can definitely get behind that. And then Emmanuel quickly had himself a game, folks, off the bench, 25 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and he shot 56%. 2 of 8 from 3, not the greatest, but hey, when you put up 25 points, I can kind of forgive the kind of poor 3-point shooting. So very well done by kind of their main guys, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. These are kind of the big names, the all-star names, aspiring all-stars here on this Knicks starting lineup. So that's kind of good sign, seeing your main guys stepping up here against a Clippers team that is absolutely fantastic. So decent signs here by the Knicks. They're just kind of missing that one superstar, unfortunately. So Knicks team, this is still a solid team that we can kind of buy into a little bit. Alrighty, let's go Jazz and Nuggets now. We'll start here with the Nuggets because we got to talk Jokic, folks. 47 points. 47 points. It's folks, I don't even know what to say about it. It's wild. It's ridiculous. It's unacceptable if you're the Jazz. 47 points, 12 rebounds, 3 offensive, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He shot 65%, and he shot 4 of 4 from 3, folks. 4 of 4 from 3, folks. If you put Jokic on this Jazz team, they're instant champions. They're instant champions, honestly. All right. Jamal Murray, 16 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, shot 43%, not bad. 33% from the 3, 2 of 6. Michael Porter Jr., 11 points off the bench, 4 rebounds, in 19 minutes of play, just kind of getting back to his kind of old style of play. Like to see that. Will Barton and Paul Millsap getting it done. 18 points for Barton, 10 points for Millsap. So this Nuggets team is real good, folks. Jokic, when he is on, he's almost unguardable, and we know Rudy Gobert has trouble guarding kind of perimeter bigs. He's good down low. He can guard you down low, but Jokic 4 of 4 from 3. It's a little unacceptable. So Rudy Gobert, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Couldn't really defend Jokic enough, especially that huge first quarter that he had. I don't even think Rudy Gobert was guarding him. So I don't know I think they had Bojan Bogdanovic on Jokic, and he was absolutely 8 in the first quarter. So kind of a bad time to start playing around with some kind of defensive matchups. Maybe the Jazz coach was thinking, hey, we're on an 11-game winning streak. We didn't beat them last year in the bubble in Game 7. Maybe let's try. We have kind of a free game here. We just won 11 straight. We can kind of afford a loss a little bit, right? Let's kind of switch up our defense. Let's see if this works. So if that's what he was going for, I definitely applaud it. But if you weren't going for that, that wasn't a good decision. Donovan Mitchell, 13 points. Once again, a little light. This was his first game back. He sat out the last 2 games because of the concussion. So Donovan Mitchell, I thought he would have a better first game back. That's why we're a little bit more confident taking the Jazz minus 2.5 last night. Jordan Clarkson off the bench, 13 points. Joe Ingles off the bench, 10 points. Shot 2 of 4 from 3, so not bad there. They just really had no great score. They had Bogdanovic with 29 points, so I will give them that. But, we needed Rudy Gobert to put up 20. We needed Donovan Mitchell to put up 20, and they didn't do that, unfortunately. So, Jazz, a little bit of a stinker game. They won 11 in a row, so we can kind of check this one off as a free pass for the Jazz. But we definitely want to see them get kind of back on track. Don't want to see kind of a 2-game skid here by this team. Got to see them get back on track to kind of keep them at our number 2 in our power rankings before we have to start dropping them a little bit more. Nuggets get the win, 128-117 over the Jazz. Alrighty, here we go. 76ers and the Pacers, and without Joel Embiid, they find a way to get it done. Let's start here with the 76ers. We'll start with Danny Green not getting it done. Can Danny Green step up for once in his career? When was the last time this man stepped up? Never, ever. Couldn't even do it to seal a finals championship when they would have won their 4th game on a buzzer beater 3. Danny Green misses it, goes into overtime. I think they win it in overtime, but still, it's like, Danny Green, can you step up? No, Joel Embiid, you have to step up. There needs to be points coming from somewhere else, and Danny Green didn't do it. So once again, we're not big on Danny Green. I thought he was having a decent season this season, but now he's just turning back into regular old Danny Green. About to start. No, we're not going to make that joke. That's not that funny. All right, let's keep going here. Tobias Harris, 27 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, Tobias Harris steps up. Love to see it. Ben Simmons kind of stepped up a little bit down the stretch, playing great defense. 21 points, 7 assists for Ben Simmons. Seth Curry didn't even really step up either. 9 points. Could definitely use a little bit more than that. Dwight Howard played kind of well also, stepping in kind of that big form without Joel Embiid. He's now their kind of decent beef down low, especially coming off the bench. 11 points, 15 rebounds, 7 offensive boards. That's kind of what we're saying about this kind of Pacers team. They don't have that kind of great big down low consistently. So Dwight Howard was eating very well defensively too, as a plus 23 in the plus minus. What do we got? Furkan Korkmaz. Love to see finally somebody stepping up. Korkmaz is the one that's stepping up. It's not Danny Green. It's not Seth Curry. It's not even Shake Milton, unfortunately. Only 9 points by him off the bench. It's Korkmaz. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 50% in 22 minutes off the bench. So very well done. The 76ers team, they've got some decent bench pieces. I mean, I like their starting lineup. Simmons, Curry, obviously Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Danny Green. That's a solid starting lineup. And their bench, Dwight Howard, Shake Milton, Matisse Thybulle, Korkmaz. I mean, we've got some solid pieces here, folks. So 76ers, very well to kind of push through the adversity, get it done in the 4th quarter. And, folks, hey, we had them number 1 for a reason, folks. Alrighty, the Pacers now, when they collapse, obviously, in the 4th quarter, only putting up 8 points in the final 8 minutes of the game. That's unacceptable, truly unacceptable. Malcolm Brogdon, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Sabonis, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, doing what Sabonis does. Just really nobody could hit in the 4th quarter. It was unfortunate. We see Sabonis 0 of 5 from 3 here. Jeremy Lamb, 12 points. Miles Turner, 9 points. Justin Holiday, 6 points. I mean, this team was beating the 76ers pretty decently throughout the entire game, like 20-point leads, rubber banding between 10 and 20-point leads. Just that fourth quarter, something clicked, and now we have to start looking at this Pacers team. Let's double check this because I'm almost certain this exact same thing happened in their last game. Let me double check this against this Hornets team. I think they kind of floundered here. Let me check out the box scoring. Scoring by quarters. Can we look at this? Game recap. Is that summary? Maybe it's under. Here we go. Indiana, 28-32, getting outscored in the first quarter, 32-32 second quarter. All right, so Indiana actually played better in the fourth quarter in this meeting. So, maybe this narrative of that we just came up with of Pacers not being good in the fourth quarter, maybe it's not too true, but definitely something to keep in mind that we just saw here against the 76ers without Joel Embiid. I mean, that's almost as bad as it gets. I mean, there's no reason why the Pacers should not have closed out this game, honestly. So Pacers, possibly no closers in the fourth quarter. We'll see. All right, so 76ers get the win, 119-110. Alrighty, here we go. Magic and the Raptors. Once again, we're selling our Magic stock. I mean, look at this. Aaron Gordon, 14 points, 5 rebounds. What are we doing here? What are we doing? He only took 8 shots, so what is going on there, firstly? Vucevic, 15 points. He did have 14 rebounds. I will give him that. But 15 points on 27% shooting. Get to the bucket, guy. You're the center. Get to the bucket. Stop with all these outside jumpers. There's no reason why you should be shooting 28%. I'll round it up for you. But 15 points by him. Evan Fournier, 11 points. Once again, just meh. Cole Anthony, 16 points. James Ennis, 8 points. If you want to have all the starters put up only, 15 points, that's fine. But you need more contribution from the bench, and then you need James Ennis to start stepping up more. 8 points is not going to get it done, especially when nobody's got 20. Somebody's got to get 20 here on this team. Gordon's not doing it. Vucevic isn't doing it. Nobody's doing it here. So until they start having solid 20-point scores, I'm not going to buy this Magic team again. We're not going to do it. Dwayne Bacon, 13 points off the bench. We can get beyond that. But other than that, there's nothing good about this Magic team. They've got no leader, no superstar. It's just a bunch of meh pieces together. Nothing special here. All right, Raptors, who stepped up? Holy cow, Pascal Siakam, 30 points. He's been having some pretty decent games these last couple of games. So maybe we should start, instead of, with our money that we're, getting back from that Magic stock, maybe we should start buying this Raptors team a little bit more than we have been. Siakam, 30 points, 10 rebounds. Holy cow. Aaron Baines, 8 points, 16 rebounds. Holy cow. Kyle Lowry, 12 points, 15 assists. Fred VanVleet's not stepping up, though. This is what I kind of say. I mean, yes, we get great games by Siakam, Aaron Baines, and Kyle Lowry, but then we don't get a good game by Fred VanVleet, and this is what this Raptors team needs. They all need to be on point. The starters all need to be on point every game, and we see Fred VanVleet not here. Luckily, they faced the Magic, so they were kind of able to get away from Fred VanVleet's 9 points and 5 assists, 2 rebounds, nothing great. Off the bench, some solid contributions here, so let's shout them out. We got Chris Boucher, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Love it. DeAndre Bembry, 12 points. Very well done. And what do we got here? Yuta Watanabe, 11 points. So not bad here by the bench of the Raptors. Just want to see a good game of Fred VanVleet and Siakam and Kyle Lowry all playing great because we haven't seen that yet. So this season at least. So Raptors, maybe they're starting to get it figured out a little bit more, back to kind of where they were last season, possibly. What is this? Kind of 2 straight wins for the Raptors? Is this 2 wins? Let's see. Let's update this. All right, Raptors, where are we at here? Well, they're in the East, so should get to the right conference here. And they are 1 game winning streak. All right. So, yeah, maybe we can start buying them. Let's see what they do next game, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty. And the last game, yeah, this is no, this isn't the last game. All right, here we go. Nets in the Wizards. So, folks, let's show you how this one ended because it's honestly ridiculous. So, let's set up the scene here. Brooklyn is winning 146-141, 5-point lead with 12 seconds left. Wizards, no timeouts. We can do this in the full screen. No timeout, so they inbound the ball. Bradley Beal says, fuck it, YOLO, I'm just shooting this three. Hits it, and then you get Russell Westbrook playing absolutely fantastic defense. Just kind of was able to kind of get the steal because of it. He goes to the three-point line, gets the pass to the three, hits the three, and that's game over at this point. We'll watch it one more time here. Bradley Beal, three, dagger, absolutely magnificent. Russell Westbrook just kind of getting in the face, forces a bad throw. They get the steal. He leaks out to the three. He hits the three. So very well done. And this is why we still talk Russell Westbrook every single kind of year. We all know the turnovers. We all know, the losses. We all know the triple doubles. But this is what you get with Russell Westbrook on a game, every minute of the game. The man is a dog on the floor. He gives 1,000% on literally every single play, every single possession. Now, usually it doesn't turn out very well, unfortunately, but then we get some nice games like this, some glimpses of absolutely magnificence. And that's why we still have to give credit to Russell Westbrook. This is why we can never fully write him off 100% because he's a dog, folks. He will go and win you the game in the fourth quarter. He will step it up sometimes. Sometimes he will step it up. So Russell Westbrook, he's still greatly athletic, folks. He is still greatly athletic, and we get some doozies like this one. So let's start here with Russell Westbrook. 41 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists on 57% shooting, 4 of 7 from 3, and he hit the game-winning 3. I mean, the man can play absolutely fantastic, folks. So this is a game. I know we clown him a little bit on the show. We try not to too much because we know he does this. We know this is his game, so we try not to clown him too much. Sometimes it gets a little too much, and we have to kind of be a little bit mean to him a little bit. But hey, when he shows assists, we're praising him. Let's praise him. Honestly, I know we haven't been doing our cash list. We are kind of officially going to bring that back next week once kind of NFL is completely done and we have a little bit more free time in the show a little bit. We are going to bring back the cash list. But honestly, let's put him on here. This is the cash list from last year. We'll kind of talk about this. But I do kind of want to just honor him. Let's kind of give him the credit because the media dogs him. The fans dog him. Everybody dogs him. Even when he plays good, everyone's like, yeah, finally he has the good game. But you know what? We're going to give him a ton of praise here. Russell Westbrook, cash as heck. Cash as hell, baby. I love it. So, Russell Westbrook, what a dog, what a fighter. Congratulations. Russell Westbrook is officially the first player this season to make the cash list. It's just because we haven't been doing it, but hey, he's still the first, so we'll give him that one. Very well done, Russell Westbrook. Welcome to the cash list, the first one of 2021 in the NBA. Fantastic. For 131. Let's put it that there. All right. Very well done. Alrighty. Like I said, we'll resume the cash list on a daily basis starting next week once NFL is completely done. Probably not on the Monday because we'll be talking about the Super Bowl, obviously. But probably on the Tuesday, we'll resume it. Alrighty, where are we? So Russell Westbrook, a fantastic game. Bradley Beal, once again, a fantastic game by him. 37 points. He hit the three that allowed Russell Westbrook to hit his game-winning three. So it was tandem here, and yes, make the best out of a bad situation. Bradley Beal, just buy in. I know you don't want to, go complain to the general manager, the president, whoever you need to request a trade, but don't do it to these teammates here. Denny Avdija, is he going to get a contract next year? Who is he going to play for? This man needs this team right now. He needs you to be at your A game so they win and they say, next season when, they're evaluating the roster and you're not there anymore because you don't want to be, and they see Denny Avdija. I don't know how to pronounce that man's last name. It's unfortunate, and I apologize, but they're going to be looking, all right, Denny, yeah, we're, yeah, we can get rid of him. The team lost, and he wasn't really doing anything great. So, yeah, now he doesn't get a contract. So, Bradley Beal, just kind of, for the sake of your own teammates, just buy in a little bit more. Don't do, hey, we're not winning, so I'm not going to do anything. Oh, now we're winning. Yeah, that's right, Russell Westbrook, we got this. No. Pick it. If you're going to be kind of, a sore teammate, that's fine. I don't care. Just be that 100%. Don't flip-flop back and forth, because now we're starting to talk about, starting to get into kind of Kyrie Irving kind of annoyance of just your player, just annoyance. So Bradley Beal had a fantastic game. I mean, he's a great player. Nobody's doubting that. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. Nobody's doubting your talent. But, your on-field, your on-court presence, which you're getting paid millions to do, it's a little annoying. So, and that's what teams don't want. They don't want annoying. They don't want somebody just being annoying, bringing unwanted attention to an organization. This is a business. We're trying to make money. Keep that annoying stuff to the bad teams. The bad teams are all annoying, correct? Not the good teams. The Warriors aren't annoying. The Lakers aren't annoying. The Clippers, a little annoying. But, they were blowing leads, so I can kind of, last year in the bubble, so we can kind of forgive their annoyingness. It was kind of deserved. This Wizards team, they're just bad and annoying. It's not a good combination. Alrighty, so let's keep going here with the Wizards. Just battling. I mean, folks, they put up 149 points. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous by the Nets, first of all. No defense, as we've said. But well done by the Wizards to get great performances by Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal. And then we had, great contribution here by Robin Lopez, 10 points. Rui Hachimura, 9 points. Davis Bertans, 11 points. Ish Smith, 13 points. Moritz Wagner, 17 points. So we still had great contribution throughout the entire team. Besides just the main two pieces of Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, they're able to get it done because of the superstars. The role players all help out through the entire game, and then you have your superstars stepping up at the end of games. This is a potential Washington. If they play like this on a game-to-game basis, it's a solid team. They've got the superstar. They got the role players. We just saw it here in this game, but we know Russell Westbrook can't really play at this level every game, and it's impressive. I don't expect anybody to play at this level every single game, but we need something like this. And he still only had 3 turnovers. So he's proven, hey, I can put up 41 points on 28 shots and still only have 3 turnovers, not the 6 that I'm used to. So some promising sides here by the Wizards. I don't think they'll keep it up, obviously, but this is a positive step forward. We'll see if they build on it. It's hard to build on it, but we'll see if they do. Alrighty, let's talk about the Nets now. Kevin Durant, 37 points, took 19 shots. Kyrie Irving, 26 points, he took 20 shots. And Joe Harris, 30 points. Look at that, stepping up in the absence of James Harden. Knew some points had to come from somewhere, and Joe Harris steps up. So, yes, we know this Nets team is pretty deep. They've got Joe Harris putting up 30. They got Jeff Green putting up 23. They got Landry Shamet still putting up 11. And, TLC, Timothy Luwawe Cabaret, 8 points and 3 assists off the bench. So, yes, this team is still deep. You got DeAndre Jordan going 8 points, 8 rebounds. All right, like to see a little bit more rebounds there. Anybody big have rebounds here on the Wizards? Russell Westbrook put up 10, the most in the game. Russell Westbrook had the most rebounds by an individual in this game. The second highest was 9 by Bruce Brown. Russell Westbrook being an absolute dog, folks. Going over Robin Lopez, doesn't matter. Hachi Uemura, DeAndre Jordan, it doesn't matter. Russell Westbrook is going to get the rebound. Alrighty, let's see. Kevin Durant, 6 assists. Kyrie Irving, 8 assists. That's pretty decent there. All right, just kind of bad defense. We can't really knock anything by Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. I mean, they put up the points on decent shooting, 57% by Kevin Durant, 50% by Kyrie Irving. I can get behind that. That's good. The assists were there, 8 and 6. So, yeah, I mean, this is a solid outing. It's just the defense. And like we said, there needs to be a leader. Defenses are all about leadership. It takes everybody doing their part to have good defense. Why do you think NFL defenses all celebrate? Why, when they score a touchdown, it's usually just, the person catching it. Maybe it's the offensive line if it's the running back, running it in. But, the celebrations on offense are usually, quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback, running back. Yes, the line gets into it a little bit, but do you see the way that defenses celebrate when they get a turnover? They sprint the entire length of the opposite field. They'll go all the way down to the other end. They'll go all the way down to the other end and showboat on the Showtime cam, and it's it's the entire team, because they know it takes, me pressing hard on my receiver so the safety can do his job easier, so the quarterback makes a bad read, and then it's a tip, so now the other cornerback on the other side ran all the way on a hustle play and tipped it, and caught the tip of the pick, and now we're all celebrating because defensively, it was all of us doing it. And it's the same thing in the NBA. Great defense. It's with the team. Hey, I'm playing great. I'm playing great, defense on my man. I make him pick up the dribble, force a pass. Now, the other guy, the other defender can, close it out. Maybe even, get in the passing lane and tip the pass. So it's everybody contributing on good defenses, not just what Kyrie Irving dribble, ISO, and score. Kevin Durant, ISO, dribble, three, or just, right early in the shot clock, Kevin Durant brings the ball over midcourt, drains the three, 2 steps over midcourt. That's just single person offense at that point. Defense, it takes everybody, and you need a leader. That's why Chris Paul has success everywhere. They play great defense because he's a great leader. He gets everybody buying in. Everybody buys in. Nobody's buying here with the Nets because they don't respect the coaches. Kyrie Irving doesn't respect anybody else. He's the end-all, be-all. He's the best ever. DeAndre Jordan, I don't care about him. He's not. I'm getting the points. It's me. It's not DeAndre Jordan. Everybody look at me. Me. It's not LeBron. It's me hitting the big shot. Why is nobody talking about me? So this is kind of what we're working here with the Nets. And until, James Harden gets back in the floor, obviously I think he was just out just kind of, for rest, I think. I don't think it's obviously nothing big, but this Nets team, they need to start stringing along some wins together. Somebody's got to, come out and be open, vocally the leader. And until we see that, we probably aren't buying the Nets too much, honestly. And it's unfortunate because they got the talent everywhere. Alrighty, and then the last game of the night, Cavs and the Timberwolves. Let's see what we get here by the Cavs. Colin Sexton, 16 points, 2 assists. And that's kind of lackluster by him a little bit in the assist department. Andre Drummond had a monster game, holy kid, and so did Larry Nance Jr. This boards team, this is what we know about the Timberwolves. They have no size without Karl Anthony Towns. So, Andre Drummond absolutely eating on the glass, bro. The man had 22 rebounds. And Larry Nance Jr. had 16 rebounds. So the bigs for this Cavs team were absolutely just dominating the floor over the Timberwolves, but they still lost the game because of it. Not very great. What else do we get here? Jared Allen, I would like to see this man on a competing team because he's too good for this Cavs team. I know that's kind of wild to say, but I'm a big fan of Jared Allen and what he did with the Nets, and I'm a little upset to see him go, honestly, in that trade. So I want to see Jared Allen kind of on a competitive team, a team that I can watch, in the playoffs, because this Cavs team is not getting to the playoffs. We'll see what they do. Jared Allen, 10 points, 5 rebounds off the bench, and only 15 minutes of play. That's solid work there. Alrighty, the Timberwolves, let's shout them out because they finally get a win here. Let's see who helped contribute here on a win. D'Angelo Russell, 19 points, 5 assists, didn't shoot well, shot decently from 3-5 of 10, but only 39% from the field. Anthony Edwards, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, well done. Malik Beasley, 23 points, very well done again, and some solid help from the bench. I mean, we get 7 by Jared Vanderbilt, 8 of Ricky Rubio to go along with 8 assists. Hey, that's pretty good. What else do we get here? Jalen Noel, 13 points. Jake Layman, 8 points. So solid contribution here for the bench. Solid game from the Timberwolves, beating a Cavs team that, hey, they have the ability to beat because the Cavs are not a good team. Alrighty, that was all the NBA from last night. We got NBA on today, so let's see if we can get any great value in our moneymaker and get back to hitting them. We're doing real good these last 5 days. Took a little bit of a step back yesterday, but we're ready to get back on track. So today, unfortunately, we get no nationally televised games. How unfortunate. We do have, obviously, all the games are on League Pass and NBA TV, and a lot of games here. We get Lakers-Hawks, should be a good one. Trae Young, Clint Capella going against LBJ and AD, going to be good. Hornets Heat, ooh boy, this is going to be a good one. Jimmy Butler's in for the Heat, but this Hornets team, We'll see what they can do against them. Cavs, Timberwolves going in a back-to-back. Cavs are at home this time. We'll see if that changes anything. Were they at home last game? I don't think they were. Where are we? Right here. Yeah, they were in Minnesota. All right, so they're in the Cavs here in Cleveland this game. Knicks Bulls. We'll see what the Knicks can do after coming off of a kind of a heartbreaking loss over the Clippers last night. Bucks Trailblazers should be a good one. Bucks. Do they still continue to lose? The Blazers have great three-point shooting. Possibly. Pelicans Kings, Rockets Thunder, Suns Mavericks, Spurs, Grizzlies, and Nuggets, Pistons. We'll talk about them a little bit more in depth when we see the lines a little bit. So no nationally televised games, a little unfortunately. So, if you got League Pass, if you got NBA TV, you can watch the games, which we will be doing. But, all right, here we go. Let's see if we get any good value here in our moneymaker. Lakers, Hawks +5, and they're at home. I think I like it a little bit. Lakers still on this kind of big road trip that they've been on. Close win against the Celtics in their last meeting. Really at the buzzer. The Lakers should have lost the game. We saw it. I mean, Kemba Walker misses an easy jump shot, and Daniel Tice misses an even easier putback layup to win the game. So Lakers escaped a little bit in their last meeting. Hawks, I like what I'm seeing from them. I do. +5 here at home. I think I like it. We'll come back to this one. We'll come back if we don't see any good value elsewhere. Honestly, you know what? We're going to put it on our board already. Hawks +5. I'm liking it already. I just haven't seen, the consistency of this kind of Lakers role players where really everybody on this Hawks team is really stepping it up on a gamely basis. So, we'll take them +5 here. Hornets Heat. Hornets +6.5. Yes. I think I like this a lot. I was hoping for great value in this game, and the Hornets +6 is good value. Now, Jimmy Butler is back in the starting lineup. So, yes, this Heat team should be fine. Goran Dragic probably plays tonight. Let's see if we can get anything here on our Twitter account that we go to, NBA Fantasy Labs. Let's see what we get here. Anything? Oh my goodness, they've only tweeted in the last 27 minutes. Unfortunate. Grayson Allen out for Monday. Cameron Payne out for Monday. Steven Adams questionable for Monday. Derrick Jones Jr. ruled out for Monday. That's a little interesting for the Trailblazers. They'll need somebody else to step up now because CJ McCollum is still going to be out. Devin Booker is questionable for Monday. Interesting. Anthony Davis questionable and LeBron James questionable. I'm sure they'll play. I don't think they'll not play. Alrighty, so that is kind of all the big news. Giannis is probable for Monday, so probably will go. So that's kind of all we've got so far. All right, so back to this Hornets and Heat. I got to go Hornets +6.5. Give me the Hornets. Give me the points. We're riding this Hornets train until it fizzles out, just like what we did with the Jazz last night. We were riding that 11-game winning streak. We got to ride this Hornets streak as it's here. Once it's over, then we can kind of start reevaluating this Hornets team. But, they've been winning the games +8.5, +5.5. We get +6.5 here. The Heat, they're a good team, and Jimmy Butler's good, but he put up 30 last game. Jimmy Butler usually doesn't do that. First game back, they get the win, 1-point win. This Heat team, they still need to get back into the rhythm with Jimmy Butler on the floor. So yes, we'll still take this Hornets +6.5. They're riding high, and just like in the stock market, let's still ride these highs. And then when it starts to dip, we'll sell, we'll reevaluate. But if it's still going up, we're gonna still be riding with it. Let's get all this value. Let's milk the value while it's here. The NBA is a long season. Let's milk the value when it's showing us. Let's not predict when the end's coming because, you get the Jazz on an 11-game winning streak. When did we think that was going to finally end? Just got to ride it. We're riding the Hornets with the points here, +6.5. Alrighty, Blazers and the Bucks, and Blazers +9, and it's killing me, folks. I want to take this so bad. Derrick Jones Jr., I know it's not a big out because, he doesn't have solid contribution consistently, really in any department, points, rebounds, assists, but now they have to get another bench player, elevate him to the starting lineup. Now they need somebody else off the bench to start stepping it up. So the 9 here for the Blazers, it is interesting. This Bucks team, they're not blowing anybody out. They're losing games consistently. They should eat all day down low over the Blazers, but we know even when they do that, it doesn't translate to a wins all the time. This Blazers team, they've got good three-point shooters. Obviously, Damian Lillard is good. Who else was stepping up for this team? Let's quickly go back. I'm blanking on them. Let's go back to their last matchup. Blazers, Bulls, 1-point win. Damian Lillard, game winner. How could we forget this? Gary Trent Jr., 18 points. Once again, he's Enes Kanter. Honestly, all right, I keep forgetting Enes Kanter's on this team. Actually, he should have decent success, kind of not obviously locking up Giannis, because nobody's 100% going to lock up Giannis on a nightly basis, but Enes Kanter can get it done. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. All right, I think we're going to take the +9. Let's get these points. Gary Trent Jr., Damian Lillard playing good. And did Derrick Jones Jr. not even play last game? So he didn't even play last game. Okay, I thought he played last game. I thought this was his first game out. Nasir Little steps up, kind of, 5 points, 3 rebounds. I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. doesn't really do anything like that on a nightly basis anyway. He did have a nice 20-point game, I think, in his last game. Anthony Simmons off the bench, Rodney Hood off the bench. I can get behind these players. We're going to take the 9 here, folks. This is good value in my opinion. We'll take it. This Bucks team, they probably will win, but Enes Kanter can, stop some beef down low, and the threes, that's what the Blazers are real good at. Damian Lillard can hit from all over the floor. So I think we're getting decent value here with all these points. Hawks 5, Hornets 6.5, Blazers 9. Solid picks here, I think. All right, let's keep going here. We still got a lot of games, and we already got 3 here. This could be a super moneymaker here, folks. We could, who knows how many teams we can get here, but we're going to go with it. All right, here we go. Bulls and Knicks. Knicks +4.5. The way that the Bulls lost yesterday, I don't know. Or their last meeting, their last game that they played was against the freaking Blazers, where Damian Lillard hits the game-winning 3. So Bulls are probably going to be on a revenge game. Knicks, we just saw, them collapse in the fourth quarter. We know this Bulls team isn't anything good, and same thing with the Knicks, just below average teams here. I think the Knicks have an overall better roster, but they're on the road. We know, going on the road with no superstars and a lot of role players, it's not going to translate well all the time. So not good value here. We're going to stay away from this game. Finally, is this the first game? We've taken the first 3 games that we've seen. So first game that we're not going to take is Knicks and Bulls, because no good value here. These are 2 mad teams. Rockets, Thunder. Ooh, Rockets -5.5. Ooh. All right. Decision here. Do we swallow the 5 here with the Rockets? Rockets, Thunder haven't played in a while, so they'll both easily be rested. This Rockets team, do we still ride them? They're on a 3-game winning streak? John Wall, Victor Oladipo been together 3 games. Let me double check their winning streak. What do they got here? Houston, 5. They're on a 5-game winning streak. Do we still ride this winning streak of Rockets -5 over the Thunder? It's calling me, folks. It's calling us. We'll come back to this one. We'll come back. Or do we just say YOLO, fuck it? Let's have a monster moneymaker today, folks. A lot of games on. We're feeling good. We're feeling confident. We're riding some, high winning streak teams. Let's keep it going here. We got a huge moneymaker here brewing, folks. 4 already. We're taking the Rockets -5. Kings, Pelicans -3. Kings, we kind of like them a little bit. They're rising. They're up and coming. Are they? Did they just get their win streak snapped the other night? They did. So the Kings will start to kind of fall off them a little bit. Pelicans, I think they're the better team than the Kings are. -3 here. Little not great value. I think the Pelicans win it, but we know the Kings have, De'Aaron Fox. He keeps his team in the game. So should be a competitive game. We got 4 great picks here already. No great value with the Pelicans -3. Timberwolves and the Cavs, once again, going, second meeting here in the last 2 days. Who knows what's going to happen? 2 mediocre teams. Cavs are at home this game, so they probably win. But we're not gonna take it. No great value there. Grizzlies and Spurs, once again, 2 kind of emerging teams here with the Grizzlies and the Spurs. I like the Spurs here at home. The defense will probably get it done over the Grizzlies, and I think we just said the Grizzlies are missing a player, so when we just looked at NBA Fantasy Labs. So once again, I don't think any great value here. I do like the Spurs, but we'll stay away from it. Suns, Mavericks, Suns plus 2.5, and without Devin Booker, I think he's still out. They've still been getting it done, but this Mavericks team, they've got to get back on track at some point, so we're going to kind of start fading the Mavericks a little bit. And the Suns team, I mean, I know they're good, and they've been winning without Devin Booker, but I don't see that really lasting too much. This is kind of a win streak. I know we're kind of riding a couple win streaks here, but this Suns win streak, they're not kind of at full strength with this win streak. So we'll stay away from Suns, Mavericks, and then the last game, Pistons and Nuggets. Pistons plus 8.5. Nuggets on a huge win last night. Maybe they kind of flounder a little bit in this game, but who's going to stop Jokic? Blake Griffin? That's laughable. That's comical. Stop it. But I think we got something great here. All right, so 4 big games here. A huge moneymaker. Plus, I mean, look at the odds, folks. Plus 1,200. So you put 100 on it, you're winning $1,200. You're winning actually $1,300. So yeah, this is what we're gonna rock with today's kind of super mega moneymaker. We're usually kind of try to hover around 3 teams, but here we're getting great value with 4 with all these games. So Hawks plus 5, Hornets plus 6.5, Blazers plus 6, Rockets minus 5. That's our 4-team mega moneymaker today. We're feeling good about it, folks. This is truly great. Alrighty, let's go to kind of our main topic today, our NFL topic of the day in this Super Bowl week. We've got the NFL refresher here, and we're going to go and talk about the Chiefs. What were we saying about the Chiefs at the start of the season? We posted this video on September 3rd, 2020. That's the day that we talk about it. We post all of our shows the day of, folks. So, this is back when we first started up here. So, obviously you see, our kind of backdrop was not as good with that one lone little Dolphins painting. We've obviously upgraded it a little bit. So here we go. We're gonna let it play. We're gonna talk over it. We're gonna listen to it, where we were right, where we were wrong, and we'll have some fun with this. So let's see what we're saying about the Chiefs come the beginning of the season. So let me quickly get this transferred over for correct sound, so we're not echoing, we're not double talking. Hopefully it's clear. Should be. So we got to turn this off. Do this. Alrighty. That is now turned off. Alrighty. Now we've got to open this up. Alrighty, so this should be good. If it's not, I definitely will apologize, and we will try to redo it tomorrow. But I think this will work. I'm pretty certain. So here we go. Let's let it play. We're gonna instantly talk about basically their schedule, what they did in kind of the off season, on who they got, and all that. So here we go. The Chiefs, our NFL refresher from the start of the season. They made it to the Super Bowl, folks. Did we call it? Let's see what we say. Here we go. All right, our second team in the
Let's get this turned up a little bit.
Is the Kansas City Chiefs. And
alrighty, here we go.
Need to talk about them. Defending
Truly, do we even need to talk about them? I mean, folks, we really didn't even need to talk about them. We just had to because we were going over every team. So yes, we didn't even need to talk about this Chiefs team. Here we go.
They're the combination made in heaven. Andy Reid has been looking for this type of quarterback his entire career. Got it a little bit in Michael Vick, just a little bit. Was able to play with him a little bit. But now he's got Patrick Mahomes in the prime of his career. They locked him up. They gave him $1 billion. They said, "You'll play for us forever." And Patrick Mahomes said, "All right, I can rock with that. I'm a Chief for life." And they locked him up. So this team, they lost LaShawn McCoy. We saw they lost Spencer Ware, Kendall Fuller. They lost a couple of players, but they drafted. So they lose LaShawn McCoy, but they draft a running back in the draft from LSU, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He rushed for 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns last season, so they're getting even better.
They did get even better. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire really played out well for this Chiefs team. A great pickup. That was their first round draft pick, a running back, and they really hit it out of the park. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we really had no doubts about him. He showed out in college, and we were buying into him. So let's keep it going here.
The defense is still kind of the same. Didn't lose too much on that end. They still have their captain.
Their defense was absolutely fantastic this season. That's why they only lost one game. Yes, the offense is good, but you still need a solid defense. I mean, and the Chiefs did that this season. So the defense was still fine from last season to this season, and it played out fantastically throughout the season. Houston, Tyrann Mathieu, who I love a lot. I really wish the Dolphins would have drafted him, actually.
I still do.
You can go to
I
my
still do.
Twitter, my personal Twitter. I said it. I'm a big Tyrann Mathieu fan, and he's really getting it done for this Chiefs defense. So.
Yes, and I went back and found those tweets from my personal account. Here it is. Here we go. In 2013, the draft night. I think this was draft night. Tyrann Mathieu is a first-round pick. This is me tweeting, folks. I said this in 2013. I love Tyrann Mathieu. Before he was even drafted, I knew this man was going to be a star in this league. Here's the proof, folks. 2013. And look at all these exclamation points, folks. I am not joking. I was not joking back then. You see this? What is this? 4 exclamation points. I was serious about this man. Tyrann Mathieu is a beast. Love it. And then in 2019, I retweeted, I just want Tyrann Mathieu on the Dolphins. Now I got to wait 3 more years for another chance. That's when he signed over to the Chiefs. And, so I'm hoping once, that his contract expires on the Chiefs, he's already got the rings and the Dolphins will go and take a shot. So, hey, I'm not lying about the Tyrann Mathieu, folks. I called this out. I called Tyrann Mathieu out. Draft night, folks. All right, let's keep it going here.
Not really too much to talk about for the Super Bowl champions. They're still fantastic in offense.
They are.
Defense.
They are, folks. Truly.
Little bit of a hit.
Not even that much of a hit.
Here they go. I mean, lost a couple of defensive players. Nothing too notable. So their defense is still kind of. I mean, all the pieces are kind of returning. Besides LaShawn McCoy and Spencer Ware, but they kind of made up.
They truly made up. Yes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
So this team is still
doing better than I'm sure than what LaShawn McCoy would have done this season. So.
Easy their schedule is here.
All right, now we're going to go on and predict the schedule a little bit. We've got their schedule of everything. I mean, they only lost 1 game against the Raiders, so I guess we can just keep that in mind. Yes, they lose week 17, but nobody played. So just keep in mind that they only lost against the Raiders. Let's see how kind of our schedule prediction holds up. Did we say they were going to go 15-1, 14-2? I don't think we did, but we'll see. Let's see what we say.
That really should be a win. At home, at Houston. Thursday, that is going to be the first game to really tip off the season. Cannot wait for it. Next Thursday, y'all, get prepared. We will probably watch that game live here, so if you got nothing to do, you want to hang around us.
Yeah, we did not do that. We did not watch the game live. A little ambitious back then. I do still want to kind of do live games. It just takes a lot. I try to do that when we were doing the bubble. I did it for a couple of NBA games. It's a lot, folks. It's a lot. Going on and being on for 3 straight hours. I am going to try and do that again for this NBA season. But keep in tune. We were a little ambitious at the start of the season.
Other fans that want to talk this game, we'll break it down live here at twitch.tv/takesbyfans. Thursday Night Football. Should be a win for the Chiefs.
It was a win for the Chiefs.
Does have a little bit of revenge they're looking for. They were up 24-0 in the playoffs, and the Chiefs put up 51, and they win. What was it, like 51-34? So they're going to be looking for revenge, but overall, this Chiefs team.
And they got revenge, folks. I mean, they blew them out. 34-20. Just absolutely blew them out. Not even really competitive.
I mean, they're still better. You still have to. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is better than Deshaun Watson, and Andy Reid is a hell of a lot better than Bill O'Brien. So.
Yes, Andy Reid is definitely better than Bill O'Brien. One has a job and is in the Super Bowl, and one has no job and is now in college. So I think we did call that right. I mean, I know that's an easy take to make, but we still said it. So hey,
the Chargers shouldn't be too much to handle. Ravens, that's going to be a very fun game to watch. Monday Night Football. Ooh, boy.
And it was not even fun to watch, folks. How unfortunate. I mean, the Chiefs really blew out the Ravens. It wasn't even competitive either. I mean, against these good teams, the Chiefs have just been blowing them out. Once again, 34-20, just the same exact score as that Houston's game. And, we know that in this Ravens game, it was really non-competitive. Yes, Lamar Jackson, I think he got a couple of touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but throughout the entire game, it was not competitive. So, unfortunately, the game did not live up to kind of the hype that we were making it out to be.
3 Monday Night Football. Probably give them the win again. I mean, overall, this Chiefs team is better than the Ravens.
They are. That's why one's in the Super Bowl, folks.
New England Patriots have to face. That's probably a win. Vegas, that's a win. Buffalo at.
Is that our first wrong? They lost against the first meeting on the Raiders. Ooh, we were wrong. So we had it correctly predicted all the way up until the Raiders. Darn. Missed out on that Raiders loss, unfortunately.
Fine, I may even go to this game. Or if I could.
We could not go to this Buffalo Chiefs game. We would have been there, unfortunately. No.
Saying the first 2 games you can't go to, but that would be a fun game to go to.
Yeah, first 2 games, and then basically once the season started, they're like, yeah, we're having no fans anywhere in any of these games. Most of the teams.
To Thursday Night Football. Oh my God. Whew, Thursday Night Football in Buffalo, man. You already know how wild the Buffalo fans are and their tailgates. So Thursday night.
And the Bills were good this season, so they would have been even more like there would have been tables on tables on tables there. Damn, that would have been woof. Chiefs Bills on that live Thursday night game. At Buffalo, that game. Damn, that would have been. It truly would have been great to go to.
Really out of hand. I think if there's fans in the stadium in this game, it could really, it would actually make the difference in this game. So we'll assume no fans will be in attendance, unfortunately, for the Bills. But that if they were, I could see the Bills upsetting. So far, I actually have to give them a loss against the Ravens team because other than that,
no, we backtracked. No, why did we backtrack? Now we're saying a loss against the Ravens.
Team's gonna go 16-0 maybe. So.
Hang on. What did we just say there?
16-0 maybe. So loss against the Ravens team because other than that, I mean, this team's going to go 16-0 maybe. So
we said if we didn't give them a loss against the Ravens, the team would have went 16-0. And they honestly would have went 16-0 if it was not a loss for that Raiders team. If they were 15-0 going into week 17, they would have played all their starters to probably have an undefeated season, in my opinion. So, hey, we were kind of right. We were looking for a loss to give them because we thought they would go 16-0. Let's see. Let's continue on. Let's see what else we say. Are we going to backtrack again? Hopefully not. Hopefully we just leave it there and take the win. But let's see what we do.
Win against Texans, Chargers, loss against the Ravens, win against the Patriots, Raiders, Bills, Broncos, Jets, Panthers. Really kind of easy 3-game stretch here for them.
Let's see. Was it really an easy 3-game stretch between the Broncos, Jets, and Panthers? Let's see. Did they blow them out? Broncos 43-16, Jets 35-9, and Carolina was actually close, 33-31. But that was an easy 3-game stretch, really blowing out the teams, and then looking forward to the bye, maybe kind of slipped their mind against Carolina a little bit.
Coming off the bye, they don't split against the Raiders, so they win that game.
They did kind of split against the Raiders. That's what we were wrong about, folks. Kind of our one big wrong here. We kind of substituted the Raiders loss for the Ravens loss. Let's continue on here.
I'll have them losing in Tampa Bay just so they don't go 16-0. They didn't go 16-0 last year, so I don't really suspect that they would do it this year. Once again, beating the Broncos. I don't think they split. They beat the Dolphins. They lose against the Saints. They beat the Falcons, and they beat the Chargers. So
and we said they lose against the Saints. We were wrong about that. We'll go to that game. Saints, close game, 32-29. So, very close. But, the Chiefs did win it, so we were wrong about that.
Schedule for this Chiefs team. 3 tough games, but that's really it. Easy games in Miami, the Jets, maybe the Panthers. I mean, they've got.
And that Dolphins game wasn't too easy. Yes, they got out to a kind of a big lead, but the Dolphins did kind of stay in it and came back and made it decently competitive, 33-27.
A whole new team, new quarterback, new coach. So we'll see if they're able to kind of get it together early in the season. But a favorable schedule. The 3 hardest teams are the Ravens, Bucks, and the Saints. So once again, I mean, they could definitely repeat another 12-4 season. We have it officially marked at 13-3.
Officially marked at 13-3. We missed it by 1. They officially went 14-2. Darn it.
But once again, this team will win the division. They will go to the playoffs. They most likely will go to the Super Bowl, and we'll see how it plays out then. But this team is still very good. Still good, which I'm pissed about. Because the Dolphins are still in the same conference, so doesn't look like we'll get to the Super Bowl anytime soon. All right, let's.
Well, I mean, we kind of called it there at the end. We kind of said they would most likely get to the Super Bowl. Here they are. We're talking about them. Super Bowl week, Chiefs, Bucks in the Super Bowl. And we are still pissed that, the Chiefs are still good because they kind of, that loss against the Chiefs for the Dolphins was kind of a main reason why we didn't make the playoffs. We get the win there. We get one more win. We make the playoffs. So, Chiefs, I mean,
they're tough, folks. I mean, they're a great team. We knew this coming into the season. They were going to be fantastic. This is the new dynasty in the league. It's Chiefs. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's, Andy Reid. They're locked up forever. Yes, they just need a fast piece. You can find it fast anywhere in the draft. You just need to go and teach that fast talent to catch the ball. Luckily for the Chiefs, they have Tyreek Hill, who can go and chase the ball down and high point the ball and all of that. So, that was kind of our little refresher here today on the Chiefs. Called it pretty decently. We said overall 13-3. I think we said they would probably lose against the Bucs, the Saints, and the Ravens. They beat all three of those teams, no trouble. So, I mean, folks, they're even better than we thought they would be. How crazy is that? They're even better than last year. They exceeded our expectations by a lot. Really only lost one game against the Raiders, and then the last game against the Chargers, they lose because they played nobody. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow we'll probably do the Bucs like we just did with the Chiefs here. Listen to what we said there on the on our NFL refresher show from the start of the season. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Bet the Moneymaker, win some money, and we'll see you tomorrow, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/takesbyfans.